So let's begin by creating the mission. Go into alignment.io, go into the templates frameworks area, and click on Create Mission. With this blank template, what I typically recommend is that we start with the purpose. The purpose, leveraging the Jim Collins approach from Built to Last, is about what is the ultimate purpose for this team, for this company, for this project. Why does it exist? What's the why? How does it help people? And this is a purpose that should last, essentially eternally. If you're to look back on this business in 40 years, is it still essentially working on that same purpose? Or is this team still trying to achieve a similar type of eternal purpose? And so what I recommend is drafting some ideas here. Just put in a different line items, click the little plus symbol to the right, but just try to get some very crisp ideas around, why does this exist? It's typically about 5 words. You can go a little bit longer. And I'd recommend getting everybody in your team to add a purpose statement right now. Write your own. Let's see who writes it best. Once we have these listed out, we can use the stars and give everyone 1 star to vote on who maybe said it best, which one resonates. Let's shoot that one to the top by setting this project to be sorted by vote. Once we have the purpose thought through, now we got to think about the vision. The vision's much more concrete. The vision is, I'd like to say, more of that 10-year vision, leveraging the Jim Collins Built to Last methodology. It's about painting a clear picture about where this team, this business will be in 10 years. What does success look like? What is it that gets you in the gut that you know you can achieve and be incredible to achieve? And if I were to get on this video with you in 10 years and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe you've achieved it. What is it that you achieved? That's what we want to paint out. Where are you going? What are you going to be? And you got to be clear here. It can't just be to improve or to do these things. Paint the picture of what a success looks like. Nike said their vision was to beat Adidas. That's a clear one. Elon Musk at SpaceX, his purpose is to revolutionize space travel, but the vision is to become a multiplanetary species. That's a clear one as well. Bold. What's yours? What's the vision of this team? Once we have that locked and loaded, and again, have everybody write one. Let's see who wrote it best. Let's play with the words, and then let's delete the ones that we're not using. Let's get this super clear. Now let's look at the values. What are the values that matter? What are the values that we already hold within the team that are near and dear to us that will be key to living these values if we want to achieve this vision and for this big purpose that gets us out of bed? So what are the values that you use today? You maybe have already thought through these, but what matters to you and what's going to matter going forward and is going to help keep your team on the right path as you pursue this purpose and vision? Typically, you might see between 3 and 6 values here. And again, have people list them out and then select the ones that really resonate and delete the ones that aren't there yet. Really keep this crisp. Another way to think about values is if you were to open up an office, let's say you're opening up a first European office, what are the values you'd want that group to embody? And hopefully it's the same values that your core team has wherever your headquarters might be. And then the metric is using the methodology of the one metric that matters most. What is the metric that would ultimately be used to measure the success of this team mission or company mission or project mission? And a lot of times what I like to do here on the metric is, define the metric. So if it's ARR, great. But then define what is the 1-year and 2-year goal for this metric. That's typically about as far out as we have. So what's the board plan for this year? What's the very crisp metric that we've set out to do? And what's the path that we're setting out to do for next year? Having this level of clarity will help to level set where we need to be on this vision over the next year or two. And then the last part of this is really taking this draft of your purpose, vision, values, and metrics and combining this into a single mission statement that will drive the rest of the planning process. And to do that, it's usually quite simple. You just take your purpose, so copy that, paste it into this mission area, then copy your vision, paste it after it, add the word by or to in there as a quick placeholder, and just read it. It'll quickly start to read as, revolutionize space travel by becoming a multiplanetary species. In this case, make it so everyone can contribute by becoming the most popular BI tool for knowledge workers in any industry. So define yours, but that's typically the way you do it. And then I would recommend tuning that down to about 7 to 12 words. We do not want this to wrap. If it's long, people won't remember it. And so 180 characters is the max that I would have, but let's get this tight. The less words, the better, for sure. And then the last part that I will typically do on my team is I'll add at the very end of the mission, the metric goal, just to level set us on, okay, we're trying to achieve this for this reason, and this year we're trying to achieve X on a path to, Y. That'll help us as we go through the rest of the planning and talk about, where are we today versus these goals. So fill this out, work with your team, and let's knock it out.